Go.
Huh?
I have a
Praise be.
Jared, so I have a question. With the Senate allocation, right? Because I've been running into a lot of roadblocks, and I was just told I won't be funded. So, is it easier just to do that? Because they were like, you can't purchase what you're trying to purchase on the red gap if it's open. Unless I want to pay for it out of pocket, which I don't want to do. But like, I just want to know if there's restrictions on that as well. From the place I was trying to order, they said I couldn't order. No, Daniel Carhart. He said I couldn't order pizza with the red gap one. He said like they don't accept that type of like payment, so I have to pay for it out of pocket.
But then couldn't they just reimburse you?
Yeah, they'll reimburse me, but
How much is it out of pocket?
it's $100.
And they'll reimburse us? Like how soon?
The event is next week, that's why I like don't want to scramble, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we might need to pay it out of pocket.
I mean,
I can count that
I
up, but I
can
don't
also
want to
give
count
you
it
that.
up.
Alright, well, we got set to meet, so. Alright, so I have on this meeting at 5:32. Welcome, everybody. Hope you all had a great weekend. So, first thing on the agenda, approval of the agenda. So, this is the agenda. Currently, it goes till about 6 o'clock. We don't have any communications updates for like SGCs, so if anybody has one, it'd be great to add. I would like to add an update that comes straight from communications because they test Pat and Eve, or AJ, yeah, sorry, sent me a list of things that they want to have, or a bunch of ideas that they want me to send out. So I'd like to add just 5 minutes into the communications update slot for that. So all senators for? Okay, cool. Well, okay.
You still have 3. There's 10 of us.
So
we just don't have one seat.
and then Francis,
Yeah.
for your would you want to create? We can take a copy of Kalechi's legislation and then just like.
Well, I don't want
paste
to
it if you
do
wanna.
that if I still can't purchase. Does that make sense? If I
Yeah.
still can't purchase from that place. I think it's more about not being able to purchase from this place than like not being able to purchase it at all.
Right. Would you still be able to have time to get your res gap approved if you need to get reimbursed?
I'm assuming like, yeah, like if I did anything today, that they could. Honestly, I'm really confused because I don't know what the timeline is gonna be. The event's next week, so
You still have them in that? I thought we got this. All right. So
we talked to Carly.
No, because I just got the email today. So, because she went to go see Dan today. So I just don't know. I was gonna ask Linda if she can't see.
Yeah, I feel like there are people better used to taking out money than the people in this room at least.
But if a quick fix is writing legislation and passing it, but that's not always.
Right now?
I just, again, like if it's a restriction of the place, like even if I allocate money for it, I'm assuming Dan still has to like buy it, right? So then like that's not gonna work because the place I'm trying to order from is Pizza, and
Can
Dan's.
Candace order from them?
I'm not sure, but he said basically the options where I was given is like switch to like Domino's or Pizza Hut or something, or purchase it out of my own pocket, get a tax exempt card from Brenda or Colin, and then get reimbursed.
Okay.
Those are the 2 options I was thinking.
okay. Cool. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Motion to approve, or move to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Are there any senators opposed? Okay. So general consent. All right, so now the minutes. So thank you, Brandon, for doing the minutes. Robbie, I'm sorry about your car.
Cool.
Hope everything worked out.
Can you resolve all my comments?
Oh no. Hey, what happened to your car? Broke down. Dang. I was sorry. That's not very nice.
All right. Are there any?
You can resolve that
amendments?
also.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Oh my god, please
It's
stop!
on its own.
you like take out the ball and like
Getting so
do the left
stressed.
clean?
Or what?
You take out like the little ball and clean the little red light.
What? Okay. All right. So, are there any amendments that anyone would like to make to the minutes?
No, lo siento. Perfecto.
I'm sorry.
Más o menos, but perfecto.
That's not how it works.
All right. Well, then I'll move to approve the minutes as they are. Second. All right. Is there anybody opposed to approving the minutes? All right. Great. General consent. All right. So next, communications updates. All right. So this is the email from Tess. I'm going to read it out to everybody. So they all have class, and they wouldn't be able to be here till like 6:40ish at the latest. So that's why they weren't going to, or that's why they didn't come in. But here are their messages. So this one's from Ege. He's the coordinator of photography and videography, who says, as the internet being an important part of our lives, I believe that establishing a strong social media presence is an important component of our vision as the SGA. A way we can achieve this is through letting people know who we are outside of our positions of SGA. Okay? So as most of us have social media accounts, he recommends having our job descriptions or the names of our positions in our bios to not only let people know who we are, but also let them know that we aren't a cold corporate entity, but fellow students who are seeking to help the larger UMBC community. He thinks that it will help establish empathy, and through that we'll be able to work with the community more efficiently. So his recommendation is that we add our job description or our job names to our bios. So when people look at our social media accounts, then they see that we're just normal students who just have these positions. So this next one's from Pat. He's the Associate Director of Communications. So he has designed a survey to get feedback about UMBC from students. The goal of the survey is to encourage students to share their perspectives about aspects of the campus they are dissatisfied with, so that SGA can connect with them and work to improve their UMBC experience. Communications is looking for feedback from Senate on the survey itself and is also interested in hearing additional ideas about the creative uses for the survey. And he said, please take the survey and provide feedback. And he has a link here for the survey, which, if we would like, we can look through it, or I can pull up the link on there, we can look through it, or I can just email it out to everybody. And I'll prompt everybody in a second. So that's what he says. So essentially it's just a survey to get UMBC students' opinions on different aspects of the campus. And then, as an end-of-the-year project, Communications is looking to host an SGA tabling event during the last week of class to receive feedback, answer questions, and have meaningful conversations with the student body. They said they're still putting together details of the event, but they want any interested SGA representatives to who are interested in speaking to members of the student body, similar to like the Meet the Candidate events hosted by the election board, to email Tess and Pat. So they're looking for panelists who would like to participate in this event and talk to students directly. Okay, and that one I'll definitely be sending out to you guys. So as far as the form, do you guys want to look at it now, or do you want to just have it emailed out?
Yeah, I can do it.
Email? Okay, cool. So that is the updates. So as far as quick minute or two, any comments on putting job descriptions or job titles into our social media account biographies?
I think for the time being, for this senatorial body, I think that that's something for the next, for them to do at the beginning of their term, or over the summertime or whatever. But I think for us, I think that has surpassed, because we're getting to the end of everything, and you can still be you know, a representative for SGA and still tell students about, like, today I just did that today. So that doesn't have to stop, but I feel like for that to implement that, that'd be better off for, like, you know, the start of a new administration.
Right.
I think just because we do it doesn't mean that they can't do it also. So like we could both
Who's
do
they?
it. The next Senate, for
Oh,
example.
okay.
So I think I don't see any loss in doing it.
I don't see a benefit either. That's where I'm like, Like, I definitely think it's a good idea.
Mhm.
But I'm just like, is it going to be as impactful? Because people don't know by now that, you know,
To that
the
point,
people they follow are, you know, in that shit. And
to that point, I think it's not just about like, for example, my account's private, so if you're following me, you would already know that that's the case. So I think if you have a public account, then yeah, that's beneficial, but if, yeah, I have private accounts, so if you follow me, then you already know it's.
What would a better thing to do be?
Well, one concern I have is like, when I'm on social media, I don't always have my senator hat on, if that makes sense. You know, so like the things, I don't know if I want everything that I post to be reflective of.
SGA.
Right.
What do you post?
Second.
that's where I was going. I was like, what is Jared over here turning up? We don't know about it.
But what they want is to make SGA seem more human, right?
Right.
If that's their goal.
I think that does achieve that. Like, okay, they're a senator, look at all the cool stuff they do on their free time. Or
A little bit cool stuff.
hopefully it's cool. I mean, unless it's.
I mean, I wouldn't make it mandatory. I would, you know, I would leave it open to be an option, but I just don't see the benefit of us doing that for right now.
Okay.
But it's a
May
good
22nd.
idea. I wouldn't knock it. It's a good idea. I just think it depends on per person, how you feel about that.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think it matters.
Well, I'd encourage you all to, if you would like to, put your title into your Instagram bio. If you don't want to, sure, it's fine.
Are you gonna do it?
I'll do it. All right. I'm actually kind of off social media recently, but
I'm off the physical adventures.
You're what?
I said
It's not
I
even up
hate
yet.
social media.
Yeah,
I don't care.
no,
Like,
same.
anyone who, because people are a day ahead, so that means on Wednesday people can post about it because they'll watch it.
Yeah, there's no.
Right. So I'm not trying to. I think everything's gone.
all right.
When are you watching it?
27.
Dang, it's so late.
It was so
Why do these things
All right,
late?
we're moving on. Okay, so now initiative updates. So, you good?
Well, back to the meeting tomorrow.
Okay. Any other, I just need you.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Second.
So, me to Sean, we had a meeting with the Drew and crew. So I did meeting with flyers, and we're gonna discuss a food insecurity awareness event on campus. So we're actually meeting with Lauren tomorrow morning, right? She still has to get back to us because she's on vacation, but hopefully she'll get back to us tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll meet with her and possibly discuss putting that event into play either next semester or this semester, regardless. But and also, we have to still come up with an idea for flyers. So for that, I'm thinking about meeting up with communications. Do you know who I should go to test, or is there somebody else who's better for like flyers?
So there's a form that you can fill out. I just sent this form to Kalechi. The form.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah. And if you send that to them, then they will make a, it'll outline and take you right through the process.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you the link.
Okay, cool.
Also, another thing, if you're, if you can't do an event, you could also do like a food drive,
That's true. I was thinking about that.
just like an end of the year.
Yeah, that's true. I'll propose that tomorrow too. Make sure I don't forget.
I have a question. So if I fill out that form, I wouldn't have to go through common vision. They could just make the flyer.
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, so I filled out my communication form,
Mhm.
2 of them for my event. Tess said that they have a big week, so they might not get out till later this week. So I just told her if best case scenario, just do the online posting, so Facebook, Twitter, and stuff like that. Because I'd rather there be something out there than like time spent on the design. I'd rather just have like an event made in UMBC and a PR statement. I don't know if I put the PR statement, but I will email that, or you can make that. I have no, the form is really detailed, which I appreciate, like just feedback on the form. But I do have no idea. Like, I was asked about font size and illustrations, and I had no idea what I wanted. So I kind of just gave freedom on that because that's a lot of thinking that I would not have in front of me. So that's going well. I'm hoping it's out by Wednesday. Tess said she's gonna work on it tomorrow. Res gas was a setback again. The easiest thing is for me to just pay out of pocket. I don't have to worry about it. It's secured. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then Marion and one boy and I are meeting up tomorrow to talk about the. Okay.
Wait,
Tomorrow at 4 p.m.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we're gonna talk about like the
So
final.
I asked you for the meeting, I remember.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay. So hopefully we're gonna hash out final details, work out the app and how that's gonna be worked out, like then people who come to the event, how they're gonna use the app and what we want them, like guiding them in that process. And I don't know if we'll need volunteers.
Okay.
And I didn't know how to go about that in the first place. So that's something I can talk to you about after.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the event's next week on Wednesday. So
Where is it?
it's in Flat Tuesdays.
Nice. All right, yes.
So I had a meeting with Commons Operations, and we talked about efficient ways to implement my initiative of, enriching students of now through technology.
So charging station?
Charging stations may not be our answer,
Okay.
because we want to not just be putting money in an endless pit. So the problem of it being it's a stationary thing. It does one function and one function only. So we talked about the possibility of adding more outlets onto Market Street. Because right now there aren't a sufficient amount, and SGA would essentially be paying just for the hardware of it, and they may be able to, they will figure out the other things, but we're still talking about effective ways to do that, and whether charging stations will be helpful. I did tell them we're on the timeline, so I will check it back with them on by the end of this week if I don't hear anything. But yeah, the estimate, if we just do an expansion of quad, which is 4 outlets with the USB capability, it's about like probably $900 so far, rough estimate of it. But nothing is concrete as of right now.
Okay.
But yeah, just still waiting to hear back. And then I was going to talk to the library about the possibility of us adding a charging station in there instead. But
So I have a question. If you brought outlets, could you possibly get SGA?
so I thought about that too. I don't know the answer yet. But I got you.
I think charging stations would be good.
It's not the problem of a charging station, it's the point of how well we service, and their data that they collected from other campuses who utilize charging stations had, an influx of people using it when it first got integrated, and then it not being used at all, and then you have to pay for, the big upkeep, and then we would be owning the pilot station that would go into the Commons, and just making sure that we're not wasting the student dollar on something that is not being utilized. Even though the idea of having the charging station in the CIC lobby area is so not only that students can use it, but also the foot traffic that comes throughout it of, tours of prospective students coming in, being able to have like something that we automatically see, and then also those of us who lose our chargers all the time and just need a quick charge and don't want to go to the store or buy a charger because it's absurd. So it's more to it than just buying something right now. It's just trying to make sure that it'll age well with the rest of everything else.
Brandon.
So, Sean and I got started with compiling all the information that we have. So we have like our points of contact and the issues and concerns that they have, and then our steps moving forward with each individual group. We've yet to hear back from the Women's Center, I think, because last week was pretty big for them. They had a lot of events, so we're reaching back in with their staff members. And I reached out with Muslim Student Association and also Brittany Brown, who runs statistics in yeah, so she runs statistics for the university, and I'm asking her if she has dropout data, and maybe we can find out if there are specific kinds of people that aren't completing their degrees and what those kind of reasons can be. That's moving forward.
Okay, so last week, me, Tashana, and before we met with Aaron and we discussed food and advertisements, and we also created a flyer for the event. And we kind of like divided the work amongst each other. Right now we have 2 confirmed panelists for the event. Carlos, who works at the Mosaic Center, and Tammy Henderson, who she just emailed me now, so that she could be a panelist for the event. She works in African Studies. I'm taking a class with her right now. And also we have some unconfirmed panelists that we're still waiting to hear responses from Jasmine Abrams. She works in the psych department, and her focus is mental health and communities of color. And we're trying to figure out who's going to moderate the event between panelists, and yes, we're doing that.
I can do that for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like, all right. And also, okay. So we're also trying to print out self-care assessments to hand out to people towards the end of the event, so they can fill those out and keep them for themselves. Okay, yeah, so for this week, I'm just gonna work on submitting the Google Doc that you sent to me.
Okay.
And sending the questions to the potential panelists so they know what they're getting into before they do it.
Okay.
And I think that is it. We also have another meeting scheduled with Aaron to just kind of like do updates between ourselves this Thursday. So that's it. Oh, we also have to book food. So the event is going to be on May 8th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. and it's going to be at the Sports Zone.
What's it called?
It's called Breaking the Silence.
Breaking the Silence?
Yes, Breaking the Silence.
You could do a kiss with everything that you said, but like I forwarded my emails to Aaron, because I didn't have so it's like columns with like the professors. So like I feel like she's in a better position to talk to them, so like I forwarded my emails to her.
Okay. So you're just trying to get more panelists?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't update the already.
What are you trying to do this month?
This week we're updating and we're meeting with Lauren.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be a follow-up meeting based on the one that we had with routine for exam last week.
I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, great. Keep them going. Got just about exactly a month until I think the last finals. Yeah, I think they end on the 22nd. So it's crunch time, boy. Like, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so does anybody have any items to make your communications range? Get it out.
Oh, so we haven't idea about, for the outlets, of how we can also bring awareness to the outlets that have been incorporated throughout the Commons building. I don't know if this would be for our communications or what, but we're trying to figure out an efficient way to update the My UMBC or add something to My UMBC to have like a mapping of the outlets so that students will be able to know, to be able, when they come to the Commons, they'll know where they're going to go to these outlets that are already there. Because we wanted to increase the awareness of the outlets that already exist.
Okay.
Take with that what you will.
I wonder if we can like direct that to like the CIC, and maybe they could have a resource. Or
Yeah, no, that's Commons operations. That's who I'm like talking to about it. But we don't know yet, like the effective way. So he's putting his feelers out. So I was just delivering that message because I don't know myself. Yeah, I can't do with that what you will.
So do you guys have an app of it, or is this?
No, that's what we're trying to do because we're trying to get, because that's something we can get out sooner rather than later, and that would cost no money.
Other question, where are you planning on putting outlets on campus?
In the walls?
No, like, corner campus.
Oh, like where?
Yeah,
They're already
where?
there.
Oh, I thought you were putting.
No, oh, where did we do this at? A charging station would presumably go in CIC, which is the first floor of the lobby. But that's not for certain. But they already updated this building with dual outlets that have dual USB connections that go to the wall. So it's trying to bring awareness to those spaces that already exist for students to use.
Oh, so no new outlets.
That's what we're working on.
Okay. Cause like in front of the little pond.
That's
those
not the
places-
Commons.
Yeah, but I'm saying like those
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
They need
That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's
in
somebody
front of
else.
Chick-fil-A, they need outlets.
That's facilities though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, you,
All right, cool. Well, thanks, Michelle. Great, so last thing on the agenda, allocation for student initiatives.
no.
Also twice.
Senate initiatives. This should be,
Yeah.
this should be Senate initiatives.
Let you know more expensive.
So,
I started off
move to amend the name from allocation for member development to allocation for Senate initiatives. All right.
Is it for food for Ohio?
It's for food and food, right? Booking, booking the space.
I
Yeah.
thought that's already. That's
No.
There's 25 left.
No.
What space are you booking?
Sports zone. Yeah. So it's for food and booking space.
I don't think sports is free.
Because I tried to book sports up and I was told that I couldn't get it.
I mean, you can try.
So is there any amendments that anyone would like to make to this? Other amendments? Joey, once.
Wait, I need to read it.
Okay.
Can we say Senate initiative versus initiatives? Because it's just one stop law.
I'm down with that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think we should.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
All right. So your motion, second. Wait, no, all right, can't do that.
Wow.
All right, hello. Move to.
Move to amend initiatives to initiative.
Because it's plural. It's just not right. Yeah, it's plural.
Second, we have more than one issue to go on.
Yeah, but she's only getting money
Oh.
for her.
Yeah, it's not in all commissions.
Oh, all right, are there any other amendments that anyone would like to propose?
You should change the document name also.
Okay.
Also,
So that's not really a legislation amendment.
Yeah. Can you scroll to make sure it's not in the little boxy thing if you think? Yeah. I really do love
Move to approve.
No. I just agreed to moderate. I'm not gonna say no.
All right, so is there anybody who's opposed to this legislation? Like anybody have any negative things that they want to say?
Move
Okay.
to approve 48-18.
Second.
SL 48-18.
Second.
Okay, cool. All senators for. That's everybody? So, we're good.
One is absent.
And with that,
Yeah.
Unless you have your special bags.
She's like, give me a break.
All right.
I'm really sorry.
One not present
Oh,
/ absent.
Yep.
You got a little happy with the zeros over there.
It's habit, you just like hit.
Okay, cool. Well, that's the last thing on the agenda, so, are there any announcements?
Are there any announcements?
Oh, I have an announcement.
Cool.
Birthday.
It's Earth Day today?
No wonder I was
I'll do you beautiful. Enjoy that, man.
Right, literally dying.
Yes. Oh, you look like you were like, what's that? I heard you.
Oh, when's our
Tomorrow. No.
Oh, I have an announcement. So if you guys got your Strength West emails, Candace sent a new link if it didn't work for you guys, but next meeting, I'm trying to do the team building initiative after Senate, where we can go over Strength Quest, okay? So,
That's the 29th.
yeah, so have it done for then, if you'd like to do that. It's an optional thing, you don't have to stay, but that's what I'm trying to do it.
Is Laura already going to come to that and everything?
I think Candace is just going to lead it.
Yeah.
Can you send out an email to remind those of us who didn't do the test, so I still have them involved?
Like,
Because I did not take the test because I already took it.
So just like remind us to bring our things
Right.
and stuff.
okay. We'll do that. Are there any other announcements?
When's Earth
April 24th, 2019.
Yep. Our kind of to support our undergraduate students that are doing research.
There's an event down the hall about racism
Yes.
in East Asia with food, if y'all want to go after this. But
Mosaic.
I don't really care if you go over there or not.
I'm gonna eat something.
But, it's called, Does Racism Exist in East Asia? We're like
It
a
does.
half an hour into it, but some good information if you want to stay.
329. 328.
I'll be
There's a
there.
sign outside of it.
You're still Alright, Jared, come on. No, I don't know check these times. Let's go.
Are there any other announcements?
No one wants to go for another 2 minutes.
No.
All right, well, I joined this meeting at 6:03.
Yes, you do. Wow.
Good job. 2 minutes.